I just hope part-timers understand your work has dignity. Your work has value. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Vote no if it's $25 or less.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
All right, 714, you're on the air.
Buenos dias, gentlemen. Buenos dias, Jake, Adam. It's José Francisco Negrete out here from Anaheim, California. Teamster Local 952, 25-year part-timer. And I want to give a quick shout-out to my boys in the Anaheim Twilight. Some of them have actually been listening to the show. They're like, dude, awesome. were you on some show? Like, yeah, I call in sometimes. So shout out to them. So it's the Valley Labor Report is kind of growing. I guess I'm the Southern California Labor Report.
There you go.
You're our Anaheim delegate.
Yeah, you're our.
Yes. Well, it's Southern California because I go to LA a lot. I want to go to San Diego because their San Marcos up in local 542 is going to have a practice picket this Wednesday morning. So I want to go and hopefully I have my shirts made because I want to have I'm making 3 shirts. One that says "Fight for 25." The other one is to say 25 to survive, and one that I got from my good friend Jessica Lester from local 728 that said 25 is the low or we won't know. So I want to take one of those goodies with me down there because it's now the negotiations are going to resume this Tuesday. It's vitally important that the part-timers finally get some piece of the pie because for so long the top rate for drivers, it's always gone up. It's never stayed stagnant. It's never stayed at 36 or 39 or 41. It's always gone up. But part-time pay has stayed stagnant. Those wages have been depressed. It wasn't just till recently that in 2013 contract that it went up. It went up from $8.50 to $10. You know, big old whoopie-doo, but yeah, it's time to get the message out that the part-timers deserve a thriving wage of $25. You know, anything less than that for me and hopefully for many other part-timers. And I know there's some comrades that are that are full-timers like my friend, my good friend, Will Pena, or we call Big Will the Thrill, is we're going to vote no. I mean, we can't be kicking this can down the road any longer. Part-timers deserve a thriving wage. The short amount of hours that we work and the intensity of that duration is taxing on a body. You should see some of these guys and some of these girls that load. Love you too. I'm talking to my son, excuse me. But I do love the show. When one of the members is either preloading into, loading into 3 or 4 package cars or loading into a 45-foot trailer, you're coming out drenched in sweat. Your clothes are dirty, probably maybe a cut and a bruise here and there. You know,
right.
It's time that part-timers deserve a slice of the pie. Our wealth has generated billions for UPS, billions. Why do you think they make so much money? It's because the suppression of the part-time wages for so long has benefited only one, which is UPS.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, that's... Do what?
Okay, I was going to say, I heard you guys were talking about the health insurance. If you're in Team Care, you have one punch a month rule, which is awesome. But if you're out here in the Southwest, Arizona, Nevada, Southern California, I forgot. Hopefully, I didn't miss one state. I think I said Arizona. You're under one punch a week. So if you punch in, for example, sake of argument, we're going on strike. We work on the 31st. We work on the 31st. We strike on August 1st. So by August 5th, we will lose our health insurance. So it's vitally important, whatever state you're in, to go into talk to your union representatives and find out if there's some sort of state coverage that you could be on. In Southern California, or in California in general speaking, you could get covered California, what they call the Cadillac plan. It's Assembly Bill 2530, which states any worker that loses their job for like a strike reason, they could get covered California, and they'll get the premium health insurance that the state allows. So we have that out here, but that's for somebody that has their family on healthcare, and one of their family members needs that health insurance because they have, like, my son has a UV light treatment because he has skin cancer, it's like superficial, so he has to go into this booth and it's a UV light. So my son needs it.
Right.
Fortunately for me, I work as an instructional assistant at the Anaheim Union High School District, so they've given me health insurance after like 10 years. I've been there 17, but but I have to go over there and just change insurance just in case. But with negotiation resuming, and a couple weeks ago, I want to say 2 weeks ago, the IBT said that, and Sean O'Brien reiterated this on the last membership call, I believe it was last Sunday, saying if there's a tentative agreement in place, then, he's going to let the process play out, and it's going to be the traditional mail ballot, which we'll get a letter sent to our house. It's going to have a website and an access code. You put that access code, you go on that website, you put that access code and the ballot shows up. So he said he's going to let that play out. But if that tentative agreement doesn't have $25 starting for part-timers, for me, it's a no.
Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate.
And I just hope the sound of my voice, hopefully it's not annoying too, but that part-timers listen to it and understand your work has dignity. Your work has value. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. Don't let a senior part-timer tell you otherwise. Don't let management tell you otherwise. Your work has dignity. Your work has value. Vote no if it's $25 or less. We need to make a stand. At what point do we make a stand? Till 25% of part-timers are being unhoused or living in shelters? At what point? I already know of members that are living in house, they are unhoused or living in a shelter, or have some housing complications. At what point?
Right.
We have to do the morally right thing for the part-timers. Full-timers, you got yours. I'm so happy for you guys. You guys deserve it. It's a hard work when you go driving. But don't forget about the part-timers. Do not forget about the part-timers. You might make as much as a hub manager, makes you think that you're upper middle class. But remember where you came from. You probably started in part-time, and you probably worked part-time for a good 6 years. And then you got your call and you went driving and you passed the class and you passed your probation. But you have to look out for your part-timers. You have to. An injury to one is an injury to all. If we've been suffering through poverty pay and you've been excelling because of your hard work, and top rate for drivers have never gone down, it's never stayed stagnant, it's time that you look to your part-timers and say, you know what, you guys deserve a slice of the pie.
Could not agree more. You mentioned the a members update from Sean O'Brien. Did he say if there is a tentative agreement that's made, kind of late, what is the what's the plan as far as striking? If there's a tentative agreement, will y'all just be working without a contract until the agreement is ratified or voted no or voted down?
It depends. If there's a tentative agreement, like for example on July 31st, there's a handshake, or the 11th hour there's a handshake, right? Then he's gonna let the process play out, which will take 2 to 3 weeks, and we're gonna work through that ratification process. Now, if it gets shot down, if it gets voted no, for whatever reasons that may be, that's going to be interesting. No, I don't think anybody's asked Sean O'Brien, our general president, that if this contract gets shot down, will he take us on strike? That part I don't know. I had a talk with him Tuesday because he visited my hub. He visited Anaheim Twilight, and I just said, you know, the fight has to be for 25. And not so many words. I reiterated it to him, the fight, it has to be at 25. I mean, I don't need to be telling him I'm going to vote no, but me stressing upon the vote for 25 is my way of saying, look, it has to be 25 or it's going to be a no. But I kept stressing upon it about the fight for 25.
What was his reaction?
He was cordial. He was listening. He was telling me he's fighting, you know. But I kept reiterating to him, it has to be 25. He goes, if it's a fight for 25, 22 or 23, we're fighting. So I told him, like, it has to be 25. Like, and I feel like my good friend Jessica Lister from 728 says, 25 is the low, or we vote no. I'm trying to do like a southern draw. She's from Atlanta.
That was not a good southern draw, Jose.
Okay, I'm all right. I'm sorry. I guess Dukes of Hazzard didn't do. You know, when I watched as a kid, I thought I was one of the Dukes of Hazzard dudes. I love the car, except for the Confederate flag. But the car was pretty cool, and the show was pretty cool. But anywho, I digress. You know, it's 25. It's 25. The fight has to be for 25. We have all these multi-tiers that we have at UPS through classifications, 22-3 combo. You know, they make like $6 less than a regular package car driver. Why do we have these hierarchies? And guess what? Many of our members just accept this hierarchy and will defend the hierarchy. We'll be like, oh no, we deserve that. You guys don't deserve 25. You guys deserve 20, and the other 5 should go for us, and it should go into the pension.
Right.
You know, we have to make the choices. No, I don't see UPS making the choices. In 2020, when UPS could have done the morally right thing and pay us hazard pay, they chose not to. They chose to say we have an existing contractual agreement when it comes to economics. We want to respect that. Right. When they made $100 billion in revenue in 2020, and they authorized $5 billion for stock buyback, and then they approved another $2 million, I think, on top of it for stock buyback. That wasn't doing the right thing. Why couldn't they use that $7 billion and give it to the workforce that worked through fear, that worked through uncertainty, and some of us passed away. You know, some of us are still feeling the ramifications of COVID. UPS never does the right thing. They don't choose. They choose to reward themselves rather than reward the people who are the logistics, the people who are able to get it done, which is us, the workers.
Jose, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Appreciate you.
You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.